Hey everyone, welcome back. Now in this video we're going to take a look at the TVOnline N2, and if you've been following us for a while you know that we already reviewed the TVOnline N as well as the CellonTV Olli Set-top Box. So in this video we're going to dive right into the TVOnline N2 and take a look at some of the special features that this box in particular has. We're going to talk about the specs, the design, how Stalker versus Nova 2 middleware works on a certain version of the N2, and then after that we're going to take you over to the screen where we're going to take a look at the interfacing and what's new and how things have kind of changed for the N2. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, as far as general specs goes, the N2 isn't anything outstanding really, and the reason for that is because it doesn't need to be. Simply because it's just a IPTV box as opposed to an Android box. Whereas with Android boxes, you would require a massive amount of RAM as well as memory in order for you to handle all your downloads and all the crazy apps that it is that you would install onto your Android box. But again, this is just simply an IPTV box that is powered by Android, and it just keeps things really basic, but at the same time it gives it more than enough power for you to get more than what it is that you require from a top tier set-top box. So the N2 is quad core. It does have 2 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of storage, and it does have 2 USB ports for you to expand its storage if you need, as well as a mini memory slot expansion if you need to expand your memory. It does run Android 6, and one of the new key things about the TVOnline N2 that the previous Avov boxes didn't have is that this is actually dual band. It extends the range and gives you a pretty good speed for when it comes to you connecting your box via Wi-Fi. So that's one of the new features. The 5 gigahertz feature on this, the 5G feature, really helps, especially if you're looking to connect via Wi-Fi. And of course this box is 4K, so let me talk a little bit about that. A lot of people have a misconception that because the box is capable of outputting 4K that you'll get 4K quality when you watch the video on screen. Well, in actuality there are several things that need to be in place in order for you to see true 4K. Number one, the unit has to be 4K, which this box already is. But beyond that, you'd have to get 4K HDMI cables, 4K television, as well as the content needs to be streaming in 4K as well. And then with that, you'd be able to really get a true full 4K experience with this unit. Alright, so that was a general look at the specs. Now we're going to take the cover off this box and take a look at what the N2 actually looks like. Now for those of you guys who are familiar with Avov, you'd realize that this box actually resembles a former Avov set-top box, which is the Avov TVOnline 4. Now, since the 4, there's been several upgrades to this unit, and I'm not entirely sure why they didn't change the shape of the box or change the color or anything like that, but the interior of this unit is far superior to the TVOnline 4, and they've actually made some really great upgrades when it comes to the interfacing, which we're going to take a look at later. So as we take a look at the top of the set-top box unit, we see the new logo that Avov's been using for the past year or so now. So if we take a look at the set-top box, we've got at the back here the optical input, we got USB, we got HDMI, we got Ethernet, we got audio video, we got the power, we've also got the power button here. And on the side you got the micro SD card input if you want to expand your memory. And here we got the infrared extender input if you guys want to get a little bit creative as to where it is that you guys place your box. You can have that extender so that it's exposed clear enough for the remote control to actually access it so you guys could navigate your box. And at the side again we got another USB input. And an area that's commonly missed is this section at the bottom here, which if you guys take a look, it's a little pinhole here, and we use that for restoring or hard restoring the unit. So in the case of your box not being able to turn on or anything like that, you could stick a pin in there, obviously carefully, and go through the hard restart procedure and get your box restarted and booted back up. So in the box itself, after you remove the protective cover, it comes with an infrared remote control, HDMI cables, as well as a power cable. And it also comes with a couple batteries as well too for your remote control. Now you notice that with this unit, you'll see the N2 S2 symbol. And the reason being is because this specific N2 box is very unique, simply because it carries both S2 qualities and N2 qualities. Now the TVOnline S2 is very specific to Stalker. You could only run Stalker on it. And then the N2 is very specific to Nova 2, which means that the main system itself could run Nova 2. However, it also has a Stalker app. And the unique thing about the S2 N2 version of the box is that it actually combines both into one, and that you could successfully interchange between the S2 and the N2 directly from the settings. So once you get this on screen, we'll show you in the settings area where it is that you could find that and how it is that you can play around with the settings. Alright, so one of the first things you'll notice with the N2 is that the interface is drastically updated. And I think it's definitely an improvement over what we saw on the TVOnline N, the Avov Muze, as well as the CellonTV Olli Set-top Box. I like this one a lot more. It's a lot more streamlined. Everything is right there on the screen for you to see. And the design to me is just a lot more sleek and more modern. Now, once we start diving into these pages, you'll notice that they basically kept the same design with minor tweaks here and there, but overall, once we get into some of these screens, they'll pretty much be the same. The first one we're going to navigate to is the settings screen. And when we take a look at this, if you're familiar with the TVOnline N or the CellonTV Olli Box or the Avov Muze, you'll notice that this screen is not that different really. There is one thing that is different, however, and it's this icon down in the lower right hand corner of the screen called Config. And this is where we'll go in and switch between the Nova 2 middleware and the Stalker middleware. And this box beautifully handles seamlessly switching between the two so that you don't have to worry about using an app in order to take advantage of either middleware. So I'm going to go inside of configuration right now so you can see what's there. So as you can see, it says remote configuration. It gives the serial number of the box. And if you notice when I scroll down, it says set Stalker. By clicking on set Stalker, it will change the menu and it will also change the interface when we go and watch the live television. And by default, the box is set to set Nova. And what this does is that it makes the Nova 2 middleware the default platform for the box. So the Nova 2 middleware is already set. We'll go through and explore that for a little bit, and then we'll go back and take a look at Stalker. Okay, so back to the main screen. One of the things that changed aside from the interface, you'll notice that beside My Apps, it's an area called App Market. Now in the previous versions, it would be called Apps and My Apps, but I think that the decision to change it to App Market makes so much more sense. And when we go inside of App Market, we'll notice that it pretty much looks the same as the TVOnline N, the CellonTV Olli Box, as well as the Avov Muze. Nothing much really has changed here. The process is still the exact same. So you guys can go in here and install your favorite apps and then apply it directly to your My Apps screen. So if you go under My Apps, you'll see a couple of the apps that it is that I installed for this box for demonstration purposes. So for those of you already familiar with the way how the Nova 2 operates when it comes to the Avov boxes, nothing that I'm showing you here is going to be brand new. So if you click on live television or live TV, alright, so if we go in and check any one of the channels, we could click on it and the channel will load. And there's a series of on-screen prompts and actions that's unique to the Nova middleware that the Stalker version just doesn't have. So I'm not going to go into too much of the navigation of the Nova 2. I'll include a link to a video that I've done before that takes you inside details on how it is that you can go ahead and navigate. And next over is Guide. In the previous versions, the N and the Avov Muze, as well as the CellonTV Set-top Box, this Guide section is actually called the Guide View. So they just removed the view part and just kept it to Guide. VOD in the previous versions was called Movie, but they've just stuck to VOD, which is Video on Demand. And TV Show, still the same. And if you guys have any type of external media plugged into the box, such as a USB or memory card, then you guys can go to the My Folder option and select that, and then you'll be able to see whatever files is on that USB or on that memory card. And that's pretty much all what it is I'm going to show you for now. So if you guys want to see a detailed version of how the Nova 2 platform works on any one of these Nova 2 compatible boxes, you could watch one of my previous videos where I go in depth into that. And just for convenience, I'll include a link to that video in the description of this video. So we're going to go ahead and jump on over to the Stalker side of this box and show you how we go ahead and do that. So to switch your box from Nova 2 to Stalker, you'd go to Settings and then navigate to Config, and then just simply select Set Stalker. And once that is set, then you'll notice an on-screen prompt, and then from there you go all the way back to the main screen. So the first thing you'll notice is that when you switch to the Stalker version, the main menu items have changed at the bottom. As a matter of fact, there's been a few that's been removed, and the Stalker version is a lot more simplified. So you have Live TV, VOD, My Apps, App Market, My Favorites, and Settings. Now, one of the key things on the Stalker side is interfacing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Live TV and show you how things have changed. So what Avov has done here is that they have resorted back to their classic Stalker interface with this. And the beautiful part about this is that it's accessible directly from a Nova 2 compatible box, whereas before you'd have to use a TVOnline app in order to get any kind of Stalker servers going directly to your box. But with this one, it seamlessly switches between the two, and if you're familiar with Avov's older boxes, you'll feel right at home with this interface, where there's a series of channel categories on the left, you got the related channels in the middle, and then you have the preview window of what it is that you're watching on the channel, as well as a mini EPG. We exit back out, and then we go into VOD. And again, it loads up the classic Avov video on demand interface. And again, we got the categories on the left, and we got the related movies or TV shows right in the center. And then on the right, we have the description and a thumbnail of the movie or TV show that it is that you want to watch. And that's pretty much the main difference there between the Stalker side and the Nova 2 side. I'm going to go back and resort back to the Nova 2 side of things, just so that we can get this box back into its default state. And that's really all what it is that I have to show you as far as the TVOnline N2, specifically this version, the S2 N2 version. And for those of you guys who go out there and buy N2 boxes, not all the N2 boxes have this switchable feature between Stalker and Nova 2. So I'm going to show you something right now that will let you know whether you have a switchable box or not. So if you take a look at the bottom of your set-top box, if you have just a regular N2, it probably might start with a 170. But if you have a switchable version, it will always start with 1808. So that's how you know that it is that you have a switchable version. As far as specs and everything else, both boxes are completely identical. The only difference is the one that starts with 1808 is switchable between Stalker and Nova 2. And if you don't have the 1808 version and you just have a regular N2, you could always use the TVOnline app to get your Stalker service through that as well too. So if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them as quickly as possible. So for anybody out there that has a TVOnline N2 or a switchable S2 N2 or any Nova 2 compatible set-top box from Avov, what I'm offering in this video is a free prepaid code that will give you, I think it's 3 days preview trial for a new server that's being worked on. So if you guys are interested in getting that, go ahead and send me a message, and we'll be sure to respond to you and give you a unique prepaid code so that you could enter that into your box, and then you'll be able to get the 3-day free service. So I'll have all this information in the description of this video. And if you guys want to browse some of the older videos to see what it is that we've covered as far as set-top boxes or accessories, feel free to do so. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below and hit that subscribe button. If you found value in this video, feel free to visit our website as well too, because we have some boxes there that you could purchase, as well as I'll include a link in the description box below, or you guys could just shoot us off an email and we'll get that information over to you guys. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.